And good morning, YouTube. It's the old soldier coming at you again from Robertson County, North Carolina. It is a cool, crisp, clear, and it looks like it's going to be a bright and sunshiny day. We got going on. So I think the weather's going to get up to about a high of 60 today. Not too bad. Tomorrow, I think it's going to get about 68. I know one day next week they're talking about a high of 72. But we're going to have some lows in the 30s next week, which is that time of year. So, anywho, anyhow, anyway, off to work we go, because I owe. So, well, this is Friday, so fun Friday. And so I'm going to just share some memories with you of what I found fun for this time of year growing up. Hopefully you'll add your comments below and tell me what you had in your lifetime that was fun during this time of year. With this being the prelude to the week before Thanksgiving. When I was in school, you know, you'd get real anxious about this time of year because you knew Thanksgiving week was a short week. You were only going to go to school for 2.5 days, because a lot of times we get out, they'd let us out early on Wednesdays by a couple hours. You know, families coming in and out of town, that kind of thing. Not always, but it seemed like sometimes they did. And so, you know, Mom would be going to the grocery store about this time of year, stocking up on the things that she was going to use to make pies and cakes and cookies and all the other stuff that goes along with the Thanksgiving meal. And honestly, growing up now, Mama did a lot of the baking, and she did a lot of the sides, but Daddy normally cooked the turkey. And this is before the advent of them deep fryers. People would buy, you know, deep fried turkey. Which, if you ever had that, it's pretty darn good. Just, to me, it's kind of dangerous. I just don't have the confidence in myself to use one of those without burning the house down. But long story short, Daddy would cook the turkey. And I can remember he'd put it in a turkey pan, and it'd be in a old paper. He'd wrap it up in a paper bag. And I'm sure some other people out there remember cooking turkeys that way. But he would stick that bird in the oven Wednesday night. And all through the night he'd get up and he'd go baste that sucker. Oh my goodness, we couldn't wait to tear into that bird. And of course, you know, you'd wake up Thursday morning smelling it, and he wouldn't let you touch it. It's still cooking. But occasionally me and my brother, we'd take a sneak peek in the oven, break off a piece of that turkey skin, you know, when it's just right and crisp, and all that turkey oil up underneath it, you know. Oh my goodness. Daddy never said too much when we'd pick at it like that. And Mom would be guilty of it too. So he couldn't very well fuss at us for something Mama was doing. Then as the day progressed on, the bird would come out of the oven to cool. We wouldn't carve it till we sat down at the table to eat that day. But then in would go the big ham. Mom and Daddy always have a big ham. But Mom would make green beans, tater salad. Yeah, we had tater salad Thanksgiving. Dressing. Now, we always had to have 2 pans of dressing. And the reason why was my daddy and my oldest brother, Jerry, God rest both of them, they loved oyster dressing. I've never been a big fan of it. But my daddy and my oldest brother were, so Mom would always have to make 2 pans of it, or 2 pans of dressing. One regular and one with oysters. And then there was rolls. A lot of times Mom would just buy the store-bought rolls. Just save on time, which is fine. Mashed taters, we'd also have mashed taters. And some giblet gravy. oh, we'd eat, sit down and eat, and come off that table just feeling like we were feeling stuffed as the bird was. Those people stuffed the bird. Then you'd have the leftovers that you'd be eating for the next 2-3 days. It seemed like forever. I remember one year Mama made a turkey goulash. And it had vegetables and noodles and all kinds of stuff. I always loved the ham, especially if it was a bone-in ham, because you got the ham off that bone, you save that ham bone, stick it back in a crock pot with a bunch of beans. Ooh, doggy. You have ham, beans, and cornbread for a week. And it'd be enough to make you feel real good. Of course, when she'd do that, she'd have to clear out a big part of the room, because me and my brother and my daddy ate those beans. Mama knew she had to open some windows. Once they kicked in, we would try to asphyxiate one another. A lot of fond memories of this time of year, especially when we moved to Atlanta. My two older brothers were living in Chattanooga at the time. They would come down to Atlanta and have Thanksgiving in the house there with all them. That's why I get to see my nieces and my nephews, and we'd all go play. I grew up with my nieces and nephews being close to the same age, so we played together. And then, of course, when we moved to Chattanooga, it was always going to be whose house we were having Thanksgiving at. We just kind of rotate things through. But it's always a good time to be with family. And I remember it being cold outside, and a lot of times, even after Thanksgiving, we'd go outside after we let our food die just for a little bit, and we'd play a little bit of backyard football. Daddy would play all-time quarterback. He really didn't have any business trying to run with his heart being the way it was. But he'd quarterback. Us youngins, we'd go play, and if my two oldest brothers were up to it, they'd get involved a little bit. We'd just have some fun. Some things in this day and age have changed, and I guess some things haven't. I can remember on Thanksgiving too that not a store in sight would be open. Not a one. There might have been a couple of drug stores that would open for a little bit for last minute or emergency prescriptions. Even the grocery stores would be closed. Then some of the grocery stores would start advertising, pick up your Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day, we'll be open. But that was all they'd be open for, was these pre-cooked meals that they'd prepare. And you might find one or two restaurants or diners that would open up on Thanksgiving Day for those that didn't cook. Whatever the case may be. But now, stores open at 12 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. Black Friday starting on Thursday. Well, I don't know how you can start a sale on Thursday and label it Friday, but go figure. We've become such a commercial society. But let's get back to Fun Friday. But things back then were simpler. They really were. And if you happen to be traveling on Thanksgiving Day, like I said, you could find a roadside diner. Back then, a lot of truck stops had a little diner off on the side that you could actually get a good meal at a reasonable price. Home cooked too. And once in a blue moon, we would travel for Thanksgiving to come back to North Carolina to see Mama's family. And so even when we'd do that, we'd always try to find some place to eat that was serving the traditional meal. Had a lot of fun though. Leaves are changing, and you'd see all that. Time to break out your sweaters. Get a warm sweater to keep you warm. And have a lot of fun. Like I said, just the build up to Thanksgiving was always something to look forward to. And then, of course, you had the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade on TV. Pull it up and watch the parade. And then I think there's a couple other parades that always come on at the same time. And we'd go and watch and have a lot of fun doing so. That's how the old soldier spent his Thanksgivings. But I've spent some Thanksgivings away from home. And to the Army's credit, they do a bang-up job for Thanksgiving and Christmas. If they screw everything else up for the rest of the year, you know that the mess hall, and for some of you newer soldiers prefer the term dining facility. I'm old soldier, so to me it was always mess hall or chow hall. Man, they put on a bang-up job, and I mean bang up in the best of terms. Turkeys just baked to perfection, all the sides you can think of. For those of you who love that old cranberry sauce, they'd have cans upon cans of it laid out. Macaroni and cheese, dressing and stuffing and green beans, mashed taters, sweet potatoes. On the list could go on. And then there's, let's talk about desserts. Mom would always make pecan pie. Oh my God. It just melt your mouth. A pie to die for. She'd also make some cakes. Daddy loved German chocolate cake. So she'd make him one of those with some coconut icing. Oh my God. Yeah, buddy. She'd make that, and of course my mama loved to bake, and of course she was a Southern woman, so she loved baking. Cookies, oh my goodness, Mama made cookies melt in your mouth. Of course, my daddy loved molasses cookies. Now there's people who don't like molasses cookies, but I love them. And my daddy loved them, and Mom would make us a batch of them. But she'd also make sugar cookies and chocolate chip cookies. She'd make a sugar cookie with a kind of a creamy sugar frosting that would just melt in your mouth. And you just, oh my goodness. We'd eat on those for a week. They'd never get old. Sometimes she'd make a pineapple upside down cake. That was Daddy's favorite. And another one of his favorite cakes that he liked to eat. My daddy wasn't much of a cake eater, but he had one or two that he liked. But yeah, the chow halls in the Army do a bang-up job. It also gives a soldier, some semblance of home when they're away. Christmas too, like a Christmas in 1990 and Thanksgiving in 1990. For Thanksgiving I was in Germany and we were gearing up for Desert Storm or Desert Shield. We'd gotten notified there right before Thanksgiving, and we'd spent the whole month of October, most of the month of November prepping to go. Thanksgiving, we kind of called a little bit of a break before we had to deploy. My unit, we left on the 20th of December out of Germany, headed to Saudi Arabia. The whole week prior to that, we'd been loading equipment at a railhead where it was going to go to the shipyards in Bremerhaven, be put on a boat, and from the boat it went around and got to Saudi Arabia. Anyway, Christmas meal was I spent about, it seemed like I was in a line 2 miles long to get a Christmas dinner. By the time we got up there, they brought in turkeys, but somehow they'd spoiled or rotten. Something happened with the turkeys, they went bad. So they had to break out tray ration turkey. Anybody's ever been in a military field ration. They know what tray rats are. But I tell you what, they did a bang up job on it. And all the sides were just as good as could be, and desserts. And then I spent Thanksgiving and Christmas '06 in Iraq. And again, of course, now I was at an Iraqi base at the time, but we had some U.S. support on there, and they flew us in. Oh my God, I forget how many pecan pies they flew in, but they were all good, and they had fresh turkey. Flew those in, and the cooks got attached to us for that. Did a fantabulous job of cooking it for us, and we had a real good meal, I have to say. That's one thing the military tries to do when they deploy us overseas, is feed us well. But folks, I just thought I'd share those memories with you this morning. Like I said, it's Fun Friday, and those memories are fun and fond. I just wanted to share those with you. If you've got some you'd like to share, just, put them in the comments below. If you've got a YouTube channel, do a video response to it. I'd love to see your story, hear your story. It'd be awesome. For those that are first time watching, if you like what you see, and you just reach down, hit that subscribe and like button, and hit that little doohickey bell for future notifications. They say that's how it works, and we'll go from there. But I want God to bless each and every one of you that tune in and watch this channel. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, folks. You don't know how much it means when I see your comments down below, and how very appreciative I see y'all on the live show on Monday. We'll read poetry. Makes my day when I see all you folks pop up on the side chat. I just want to express my thanks, and for how very much I'm appreciative of each and every one of you viewers. So with that being said, folks, we're going to close out today's segment a little early. Just take time, if you will, if you haven't done so, and support some charities I'd ask you to help out. TunnelsToTowers.org, Valor for Veterans, Pin Up for Vets, and Folds of Honor. They do great and wonderful things for our veterans and their families each and every day, but they can't do it by themselves. They need the help, any help that you can provide. Vendors I'd ask you to help out with: Money Quick Pawn on Rayford Road in Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's where I go to for all my firearms and ammunition needs in this area. Robert's Custom Woodwork on Etsy, Unsung Patriot on his store site in Etsy. Check them out. They got a lot of wonderful products. Robert's Custom Woodwork, get you a custom made plaque today from him, just in time for Christmas, for that military loved one of yours. He's got a lot of great designs, but go see what he's got and see what he can do for you. He'd appreciate it, I'd appreciate it. And likewise, with Christmas right around the corner, if you like my poetry and you know somebody else that would, get a couple of my books so you can get them in time for Christmas for stocking stuffers. And if you like my t-shirt I wear sometimes, it says anyhow, anyway, they're available down below my Teespring site. And with that being said, folks, God bless, take care, and until tomorrow, hopefully I'll get one out tomorrow. This is the Old Soldier out.